Everyone is Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. And if you find this video useful or have value, hit the like button. Definitely appreciate it. Just getting going here. If you want to join the UVH fan, the link is below to our Discord along with our free options trading group. I see Felix here and some other people. If you're here right now, say what up. Going to be going through the yo Billy, what's up? For some reason, I'm just streaming kind of naked here, so bear with me. The YouTube just signed me out and won't sign me back in, but we're streaming anyway. So if I miss your comment, definitely apologize. I'm like watching the live stream as I'm live streaming, so I don't have access to the live stream dashboard I normally have. So not sure what's going on with that. So I was trying to get that fixed up. That's why I'm a couple minutes late here. Yo, Jeff, what's up? If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. Yeah, I was hacked. So that's why I'm turning because I have to go all the way to like my third monitor over here, and that's why I'm not going to be making as much eye contact here. So to kick things off, today was kind of it was I guess a good day for the market. It was a rather slow day, and for me, I did lose some money. Let me just get this going here. Not down like a huge amount or anything, but we did lose $90, $91. 80 of it was realized, and I think the major takeaway for today was I missed the first couple hours of trading, and over the last like month or so, I've been making most of my money in the first like 2-3 hours of market open, and I came in late today. I mean, I didn't start trading till I guess like 11. You know, the market. I'm Central Time, so market here opens at 8:30. So I didn't get into like 2.5 hours. So, and looking at the charts here, you know, most of the action was within the first. You know, if you were trading SPY, most of the action was right in here within the first 2 hours. I did trade beyond first 2 hours here. You know, Tesla was actually pretty surprising here, and then Alibaba I traded as well, which we'll go through. So I think the lesson is here. If you miss the market open and volatility is getting crushed, I mean, the VIX is down below 17 again. I mean, if you look at the VIX here, we're just getting crushed here. So volatility, we're back to the bullish grinds up. King Jacob, I noticed that directional swing trade I do better mid late day. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean I haven't been swing trading mainly because of the news, and to be honest with you, I wasn't doing as well swing trading as I was doing day trading. And there's a time and place for everything. There's a time that I was only doing swing trades, I wasn't doing day trades, and then there's a time where right now I'm doing mostly day trades. So you know we switch it up, depends on what the market is doing. You know, I'm going to go through my trades here. Like I said, down $90. If you're just joining here, comment, say what's up. So kind of getting into the things here. So Baba was my first trade of the day. Alibaba, I managed to get out for break even. The reason why I got out of at break even was I had the 180 call on it. I made some money last week on Alibaba, did pretty well on it. Was looking to continue that run here, and again I missed this dip. I got in on this red candle here, so I bought the call on this red candle, which was pretty good execution, but it just was failing to break out here. It finally did at the end of the day, which is good, but I thought that in the Discord, I thought that it had a better chance. Like if it was gonna fade here, if it had like a double top here and faded down to 175, you know, I really wasn't feeling the risk on that. So that's why I got out, break even. And in terms of Baba, you know, that position, if I had that 180 call, you know, I would have only been up, you know, $20 or so. You know, things are just moving really slow. I don't know if you guys noticed though, there was also a bit of premium crush today as well, which was also working against us, and the premium crush is what hurt me in BYND the most. You know, BYND was doing this thing. I thought that BYND, this is where I pretty much had my only loss today. I mean, I didn't really trade that much, but a loss is a loss, and I'm going to kind of show you. I put it on at 11 for 340, and I sold it for 260, which is an $80 loss here. Kind of go into what my thinking is, and you know, honestly, I probably should have been a little bit more careful with this. You know, implied volatility, I mean, at the start of it was a little higher because I mean, it literally went from 148 down to 141, and then pretty much just leveled out the rest of the afternoon. And it dropping, you know, 7 points or so really juiced up the puts. And I didn't, you know, I'll be honest with you, I did not get the best price for those puts, and that happens. And kind of what I was thinking is there's two different ways you could have looked at this chart. Obviously, neither one was right because it really just closed in range here. You know, what I was thinking is it dropped down from 148 down to 141, bounced back up to like the 146, and then as it was cracking in here, I put the position on. So I put it on when it was breaking like 144, 143.90 area, and at the time it was 340. So that was at 11:03. I put that position on. So right in here, as it was breaking down, I thought it had a good chance of probably revisiting like the 141, 140 area. If you look at yesterday, it did come from 136 back up to 148, and then today it got rejected 148 right down to 140. The 140 hit a low of like 140, let's say 60 or so. So that's kind of where I was looking for. I was looking forward to revisit the low of the day. Figured people got too excited about buying the dip, you know, and then there's going to probably just try to maybe bounce around a little bit. So I was playing the range. However, that didn't go as planned here because as it was just, and the thing is, the moves were so slow. Like there was like almost no volume down in here. It was just moving so slow that this didn't make sense to hold. It went up, it came back down, and it was just, premium was just getting crushed. So I decided, hey, yo, PB, what's going on? I decided since this trade, I didn't get the best price on entry, I just figured I would just cut it. Glad I did because I think, let's see what BYND is going for right now. The BYND 140 put, yeah, 265. I mean, it's about the same. I sold it for 260, so it's a little bit better. Had a decent down move here. But what I was saying is, if you're looking at this chart here, you could have looked at this a couple different ways. You know, down here at like the 140 area, you could have said, hey, it keeps bouncing off this like 136, 140 area, which would be true. I was kind of playing that. Okay, it fell apart here at like 148. It fell apart here at like 148. It fell apart here at like 148, and it fell apart here again. I still think that probably is going to go back down, but I just wasn't sure. That's why I exited the trade. So when you're not sure and you want to trade safe, you know, this $80 loss, it could definitely turn into like a $300 loss really easily, especially if this you know, starts getting some momentum here. If it goes like, okay, here's a low, then here's a low, then here's a low. If it starts making like higher lows, you know, you're definitely going to be in some trouble. Sorry, my voice isn't 100%. So I had this wedding last weekend, and I swallowed a chicken bone, not on purpose, on accident, and it hurt so bad, and my voice is a little off. It's like raspy. Anyways. And then I did a JP Morgan trade here. So JPM, I turned it into a strangle. So initially at, let's see here. Initially at noon, I bought the call for 104 when it was knocking on the, let's get this chart going. So at noon, when it went up to like 109.16 and then back down really quick, I put the position on. So at 12:10, so right in here, it just came back below 109. It did come back a little bit retreat a little bit, but then like Alibaba, it just really just stayed in range. It was just kind of chilling. So I bought the 109 call, was up a little bit of money, but then I wasn't sure this was going to continue upward. My goal was to hit like a 109.50 today, but since it was just kind of flat, I figured I would just hold this overnight. And I figured with like the Fed news and stuff, this is probably a pretty low risk trade since it only cost me $1.34. I did buy the 106 put, and the reason why I bought the 106 put is just for protection, mainly just in case there's any tweets. The Fed goes crazy, but I think it's definitely in a range that, this went from, a low of 103 up to 108 in literally 2 days, and it could easily revisit 106, 105 area. It could definitely, I think it could revisit this 105 area this week if things don't go very well. So that's why I bought that protection. But ideally, I'd like to see 109.50, 110, get out of the trade. So I do have a little bit of a protection on there. This one is a swing trade, and kind of what we have to look forward to this week. We got the Fed on Wednesday releasing their minutes. On Friday, Powell's going to speak at 10 a.m. Eastern time on their whole Jackson Hole Forum meeting, annual Fed meeting in Jackson Hole. And then we have some earnings this week. We have, let's see what we have here. We have, I don't know if you guys have been trading Baidu. Baidu actually is, oh, wow. Baidu actually just released earnings here. We have Home Depot tomorrow morning, Kohl's tomorrow morning. And then on Wednesday before open, we have Target and Lowe's. And I think that's about it. Salesforce. I don't think anyone buys Gap stock here. So anyways, but it looks like Baidu beat earnings. That's actually, tomorrow for a day trade, Baidu actually might be a fun stock. If you guys don't know, one of my favorite things to do is to trade stocks after they release earnings. You get that premium crush and you get some movement. If it has some movement, you can actually scoop up a pretty nice deal. So I'm probably definitely going to be looking at Baidu as well. And then depending on what Home Depot does, we'll see. PB, let's look at GE. Also, Target might be an interesting play. Walmart did beat earnings, so Target, I'm not saying Target is going to beat earnings, but they may, since they're kind of in the same sector. However, you have to realize they're in a completely different, they have a completely different kind of clientele. So just be aware of that. if you've never been to Target and you've never been to Walmart, I think you get what I'm saying. GE got hit with that news last week, PB. It looks like it's making a bounce back. I think it could definitely go to like 9.950. At 9.50, I definitely think we should be a little bit careful, a little bit cautious, because this is kind of where things fell apart after they had earnings, was around like 9.50. So I wouldn't mind being long to like the 9.50 area. Yeah, Billy, I'll be trading Baidu with you tomorrow. I'm not sure about the morning, but after the dust settles, probably about I like to do it like 30 minutes or so after open. That way you get some premium crush. You kind of get a direction on where it's going. I bought puts too late. Well, hopefully PB, hopefully it works out for you. It did close red, but not by much. But the 1 year chart does look a little bit on the bullish side. Not like a long-term bullish, but if you're like this week could be a nice bounce back. We literally went from 760 to 860. We definitely probably should have traded this. I kind of banned going long GE, but it would have been a good trade. It literally went in 2 days from 760 3 days to almost 9. So, easy. Now that I have seen it got crushed, I'm glad I bought those cheesy balls. And oh man, yeah. If you're here right now, say what up. Looking at Target, so Target actually had some good news today. What was it was I think they're rolling out their own grocery. What was the news on Target today? Had to do with Target announces launch of its largest brand, Good and Gather. It's a food item list. Um, yeah, so Disney. I was going to bring up Disney. So yeah, Target looks kind of interesting as well later this week. Disney, they did say there's like some sort of like whistleblower that they haven't been reporting the correct revenues for a long time essentially. So be aware that might be able to scoop up some calls here if this goes away. Let's see, it's at 130. I mean, it's only at 135 right now. Not like it gave it a huge. It was at like 137 down to 135. So it's not like it's going down like 10-20% or anything like that. So I don't know how serious this news is. This is probably, obviously it's my opinion, but it might just be a good opportunity to scoop up some calls quick and see if we can ride it to 137. Got some iced tea on deck, unsweetened. Trying to get my voice right here. Okay, yeah. Target stores will soon sell its own eggs, milk, and even beet hummus, avocado toast. So that's kind of interesting. So I think Target might be a good play. But in terms of tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at Baidu and potentially Home Depot. Home Depot has earnings. They're currently at 208. And they're pretty much in channel. So here, if it can go above like 212, 213, I definitely wouldn't mind me playing the call side. Or if it goes down back to like 205, wouldn't mind playing it to like the 200 area. So Home Depot is like kind of a slower mover, but everything was really just kind of slow, a little bit boring today. Definitely will be making sure, especially when things are slow, you have to make sure that your option pricing game is on point because you don't want to get ripped off. You do not want to get ripped off. The other thing that I noticed today, I missed the whole Netflix thing, was Netflix went from 310 down to 305 and then back up to like almost 312. This would have been a really good trade here on either side, whether you're shorting here or going long here, but unfortunately I missed that. So I mean, I think right now the action right now is going to be in the first couple minutes. King Jacob, same on SPY. The action was in the first couple minutes, first couple hours, and really just chill the rest of the day. Within the first 2 hours, it established, what was going to be like the rest of the day. It pretty much closed right at this candle here, King Jacob, right here, and just went up a little bit, went up 70 cents and back down, and was just kind of peeing back and forth and eating up premium. So I think right now, make trades earlier in the day, later in the day doesn't seem to be going so hot. I mean, volume just dries up and it was just chilling. But I think what's going to be exciting is the Fed will shake things up. So that's why I don't mind swinging a JPM trade, mainly because of what the Fed is doing. So I don't have much of a voice right now. So if you guys want to leave a comment after this or in the Discord, if this video is of value to you, hit the like button. Stay safe, stay green. It's always us versus herd.